So I pretty much had all the ground sort of packed in place and ready to go, and then we had that big rain event in our area, and a lot of the walls in the trenches that I dug had started to collapse because they'd just become so saturated with water. So as a result, I've had to go around each quadrant and pack them out with the tiles around the outside edge. The tiles that I'm using here are a 60 centimetre square tile. They're essentially a scrap tile. There's probably maybe 3 or 4 of them that actually match, and other than the size, they're all different patterns and different colours. So it's something that's not a great loss in terms of the way I'm using it. And I've been able to pack them in such a way that it's just shored up the wall strength so that I can get the foundation set nice and solid so that it's ready to accept the concrete. When it comes to the placement of these tiles, I made up a wooden jig that would protect the edge of them, and then I'm just using a packing plate on the end of my jackhammer to drive them down into place. And it means the tiles can stay in place as an additional formwork, which will allow me to get the slab down in one continuous pour. There's 3 quadrants in the slab area that are basically just those packed foundations. The 4th one is where the plumbing's going for the majority of the building. You can see here I've dug out the necessary trenches for where the pipes need to run, and I've set the angles in place so that the flow is correct for the drainage. From there, the pipes are put in place, and then repacking the soil back over the pipes, and that now leaves me ready to put the plastic membrane down for the damp proofing, and then I can place the metal reinforcement and get ready for the pouring of the concrete. Now it's time to do just a quick cleanup around the area. I've dropped the tarp down, which was tied up against the back fence, so that I could drag it out when I needed to try and keep this area a bit drier when we had that really wet patch. Now I can sort of put the tarp and my ropes away and do a generalised sort of cleanup. Alright, so here's a quick tool tip for putting away rope for you. The length between your elbow and your wrist is approximately 1 foot for most people. So if you're putting away rope and you want to know basically what length you've got, this is all pretty rough, but effectively you count 3 of these to get 1 metre or 1 to get 1 foot. So that's around my arm 10 times, which is near enough 20 foot of rope, just counting twice, remember, or about 6 metres. So the finish, most people know how to wrap it around your arm, that's not a big trick, but the other thing to do is when you finish it off, when you have the loose tag, bring that around and over on top of itself, that way it won't come undone. And then the other thing that you can do, go around your bundle the number of times the rope is long. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I work on metres. Thumb through and finish it off. Now that bundle can be put aside, and without even really having to look too hard, I can count the number of loops I've got and know that that's about 6 metres worth of rope. For smaller bundles, you can do exactly the same thing. You just take that larger bit that you've wrapped up, fold it in half. In this instance, I've still wrapped it around 6 times, but because I folded it in half, I know it's half that size. So there's 3 metres worth of rope.